Most people think talking to yourself is strange. They hear someone whispering under their breath, replaying conversations, or giving themselves pep talks in the mirror, and they assume something is wrong. But psychology tells a very different story. In fact, if you talk to yourself often, you might be more self-aware, emotionally intelligent, and mentally strong than you realize. What looks weird from the outside is often a powerful internal tool on the inside. And today you're going to see why. Number 1. You have a highly active self-reflection system. Psychology shows that self-talk is closely connected to self-awareness. When you talk to yourself, you're not just filling silence. You're processing your experiences. Think about it. After an awkward conversation, do you replay it in your head and ask, "Why did I say that?" Or, "What could I have done better?" That's not weakness. That's reflection. Research in cognitive psychology suggests that people who engage in reflective self-talk are better at evaluating their behavior and adjusting it. They learn faster from mistakes because they actually analyze them. While others move on without thinking, you pause. You examine. You refine. That inner dialogue is your personal growth engine running in the background. Number 2. You regulate your emotions better than you think. Have you ever whispered to yourself, "Calm down, it's not that serious," during a stressful moment? That's emotional regulation in action. Studies on self-directed speech show that using your own name or speaking to yourself in the second person, like "you've got this" instead of "I've got this," can create emotional distance from stress. It's almost like you become your own coach. Instead of drowning in your feelings, you step outside them and guide yourself through. When you talk yourself through anxiety, anger, or sadness, you're not being dramatic. You're actively managing your nervous system. You're soothing yourself. And not everyone knows how to do that. Number 3. You have strong problem-solving abilities. Research indicates that talking through problems out loud can improve focus and decision-making. Athletes do it. Writers do it. Entrepreneurs do it. When you say, "Okay, step 1, then step 2, you're organizing your thoughts in real time. You're turning chaos into structure. For example, imagine trying to assemble furniture without instructions. Your thoughts are scattered. But the moment you start saying, "First I attach this piece, then I tighten this bolt," your brain locks in. Self-talk helps the brain prioritize information and reduce distractions. So if you often narrate what you're doing or think out loud when solving problems, it's not random behavior. It's cognitive clarity. Number 4. You have a rich inner world. People who talk to themselves often tend to have vivid imaginations and complex internal dialogue. You might rehearse future conversations. You might create scenarios. You might even debate different sides of an argument in your head. That's not overthinking by default. It's mental simulation. Psychology research suggests that mental rehearsal improves confidence and performance. When you imagine a situation and practice it internally, your brain activates similar neural pathways as if it were happening for real. You're preparing yourself. You're building internal experience before the external moment arrives. That depth of inner conversation is often linked to creativity and emotional depth. You don't just react to life. You mentally explore it. Number 5. You are more independent than you realize. When you talk to yourself, you're not always seeking external validation. You are your own sounding board. Instead of immediately calling someone for advice, you might sit alone and think, "What do I really want?" Or "What feels right?" That internal dialogue builds decision-making confidence. Research on self-guided thinking shows that people who process internally before acting tend to make choices more aligned with their values. You don't need constant noise around you. You can sit in silence and have a conversation with your own mind. That's independence. Number 6. You are building resilience. Positive self-talk has been linked to increased resilience and stress tolerance. When life hits you hard and you say, "I'll get through this," that sentence matters. The brain listens. Studies in sports psychology show that intentional positive self-talk improves endurance and persistence. It shifts attention away from fear and toward action. And here's the powerful part. Even when your self-talk isn't fully positive, when you're questioning yourself or working through doubts, you are still engaging with your mind instead of running from it. You are confronting your thoughts. That builds mental strength over time. Now, let's reframe something important. Talking to yourself becomes harmful only when the voice is constantly cruel, harsh, or hopeless. But the act of self-talk itself? That's neutral. It's a tool. And like any tool, it depends on how you use it. So if you catch yourself whispering encouragement, replaying situations, planning out loud, or motivating yourself in the mirror. Pause before judging yourself. You are not strange. You are engaged with your own mind. And in a world where many people avoid introspection, that's rare. The goal isn't to stop talking to yourself. The goal is to make that inner voice kinder, clearer, and more supportive. Because the person you talk to the most in your entire life is you. And if you nurture that relationship, everything else becomes stronger. So the next time someone says, "Why are you talking to yourself?" you can smile. Because now you know. You're not unusual. You're aware. And awareness is power. If this resonated with you, subscribe for more psychology insights that help you understand your personality on a deeper level. There's nothing wrong with having conversations in your own mind. In fact, it might be one of your greatest strengths.